Hi, I'm Miss Hageman, and today we are reading the rest of Chapter 15 in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Remember that we've left off with Harry in the Forbidden Forest, and one of the censors has come along in his moment of need when something very terrifying was happening. So go ahead and get nice and comfy, and then take a big breath in and a big breath out. Here we go. My name is Frenzy, he added as he lowered himself onto his front legs so that Harry could clamber up onto his back. There was suddenly a sound of more galloping from the other side of the clearing. Ronan and Bane came bursting through the trees, their flanks heavy and sweating. Frenzy, Bane thundered. What are you doing? You have a human on your back. Have you no shame? Are you a common mule? Do you realize who this is? Said Frenzy. This is the Potter boy. The quicker he leaves this forest, the better. What have you been telling him? Growled Bane. Remember, Frenzy, we are sworn not to set ourselves against the heavens. Have you not read what is to come in the movement of the planets? Ronan pawed the ground nervously. I am sure Frenzy thought he was acting for the best, he said in his gloomy voice. Bane kicked his back legs in anger. For the best? What has that to do with us? Censors are concerned with what has been foretold. It is not our business to run around like donkeys after stray humans in the forest. Frenzy suddenly reared on his hind legs in anger so that Harry had to grab his shoulders to stay on. Do you not see that unicorn? Frenzy bellowed at Bane. Do you not understand why it was killed? Or have the planets not let you in on their secret? I set myself against what is lurking in this forest, Bane, yes, with humans alongside me if I must. And Frenzy whisked around with Harry clutching on as best he could, and they plunged off into the trees, leaving Ronan and Bane behind them. Harry didn't have a clue what was going on. Why is Bane so angry? He asked. What was that thing you saved me from anyway? Frenzy slowed to a walk, warned Harry to keep his head bowed in case of low-hanging branches, but did not answer Harry's question. They made their way through the trees in silence for so long that Harry thought Frenzy didn't want to talk to him anymore. They were passing through a particularly dense patch of trees, however, when Frenzy suddenly stopped. Harry Potter, do you know what unicorn blood is used for? No, said Harry, startled by the odd question. We've only used the horn and tail hair in potions. That is because it is a monstrous thing to slay a unicorn, said Frenzy. Only one who has nothing to lose and everything to gain would commit such a crime. The blood of a unicorn will keep you alive, even if you are an inch from death, but at a terrible price. You have slain something pure and defenseless to save yourself, and you will have but a half-life, a cursed life, from the moment the blood touches your lips. Harry stared at the back of Frenzy's head, which was dappled silver in the moonlight. But who'd be that desperate, he wondered aloud. If you're going to be cursed forever, death's better, isn't it? It is, Frenzy agreed. Unless all you need to stay alive is to stay alive long enough to drink something else. Something that will bring you back to full strength and power. Something that will mean you can never die. Mr. Potter, do you know what is hidden in this school at this very moment? The Sorcerer's Stone. Of course, the elixir of life. But I don't understand who... Can you think of nobody who has waited many years to return to power? Who has clung to life awaiting their chance? It was as though an iron fist had clenched suddenly around Harry's heart. Over the rustling of trees, he seemed to hear once more what Hagrid had told him on the night before when they met. Some say he died. Codswallop, in my opinion. Don't know if he ever had enough human in him to die. Do you mean? Harry croaked. That was Harry, are you all right? Hermione was running towards them down the path. Hagrid puffed along behind her. I'm fine, said Harry, hardly knowing what he was saying. The unicorn's dead, Hagrid. It's in the clearing back there. This is where I leave you, Frenzy muttered as Hagrid hurried off to examine the unicorn. You are safe now. Harry slid off his back. Good luck, Harry Potter, said Frenzy. The planets have been read wrongly before now, even by censors. I hope this is one of those times. He turned and cantered back into the depths of the forest, leaving Harry shivering behind him. Ron had fallen asleep in the dark common room, waiting for them to return. He shouted something about Quidditch fouls when Harry roughly shook him awake. In a matter of seconds, though, he was wide-eyed as Harry began to tell him and Hermione what had happened in the forest. Harry couldn't sit down. He paced up and down in front of the fire. He was still shaking. Snape wants a stone for Voldemort, and Voldemort's waiting in the forest. And all this time we thought Snape just wanted to get rich. Stop saying the name, said Ron in a terrified whisper, as if he thought Voldemort could hear them. Harry wasn't listening. Firenze saved me, but he shouldn't have done so. Bane was furious. He was talking about interfering with what the planets say is going to happen. They must show that Voldemort's coming back. Bane thinks Firenze should have let Voldemort kill me. I suppose that's written in the stars as well. Will you stop saying that name, Ron hissed. So all I've got to wait for now is for Snape to steal the stone, Harry went on feverishly. Then Voldemort will be able to come back and finish me off. Well, I suppose Bane will be happy. Hermione looked very frightened, but she had a word of comfort. Harry, everyone says Dumbledore's the only one you know who was ever afraid of. With Dumbledore around, you know who won't touch you. Anyway, who says the censures are right? It sounds like fortune-telling to me, and Professor McGonagall says that's a very imprecise branch of magic. The sky had turned light before they stopped talking. They went to bed exhausted, their throats sore. But the night's surprises weren't over. When Harry pulled back his sheets, he found his invisibility cloak folded neatly underneath them. There was a note pinned to it, just in case. Oh, that's already the end of chapter 15. I'll see you back tomorrow for the start of chapter 16.